Oh, looks like this beach was a little too much beach for you, Ken.
If I wasn't severely injured, I would beat you off right now, Ken.
I'll beach off with you any day, Ken.
Hold my ice cream, Ken. All right, Ken, you're on. Let's beach off.
Anyone who wants to beach him off has to beach me off first.
I will beach both of you off at the same time.
But you don't even know how to beach yourself off. How are you going to beach both of us off? That doesn't make sense.
Ken?
You
Why
can't
are you
even beach
getting
yourself off. You're going to beach both of us off?
Nobody's gonna beach anyone off.
You're listening to The Night Before, a movie podcast. Each episode, we find a unique place in the city and share a drink and our thoughts about the movie we watched the night before. This is Lee, and I am joined, as always, by my husband, Jesse.
What's wrong?
Hi. I'm getting a bug bite.
Oh my gosh, I'm spilling my stuff. All right. Hi.
We're back,
Where are we at?
as we always say. Where are we?
Well, it's special. We got to get in to the hype. So we had to leave town. What's wrong? It's okay. We're already rolling. No one can hear you whenever you set the mic down.
Okay.
Okay. We had to leave town. It's hype. We're here. This is for video. It's a two-parter. Audio, it's one. Like the biggest movie event since the last big movie event.
Yeah, we went to the movies.
The biggest marketing movie scheme since the
But
last
we're not in
movie
Tampa
marketing
anymore,
scheme.
are we?
We're in one of our few on locations. We've done Casadega, Florida.
We've done somewhere else as well.
But this might be our first out-of-state one.
Might be. We are in basically
We're in
outside of
paradise.
Charles. We're in paradise. We're in the low country. We're in the marsh. We are in specifically James Island /
Folly Beach,
South Carolina. And we are visiting on a little vacay, visiting some family and taking a little personal vacay with the
All
kiddos as well.
Yeah, all the patron dollars got us here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those patron dollars.
But then, like, family excursions, and because everyone around us was into the movie hype, the marketing buzz
Yeah.
for Barbie and Oppenheimer,
They came out this weekend.
we split ways, and we each saw one of them.
We split ways. It was
Yeah.
so sad.
So this special episode / video part,
Will be I tell Jesse about Barbie.
and I tell Lee about Oppenheimer.
Right.
And so audio will be one big thing. Video, you're watching the Barbie one right now.
Okay.
But we're here. We'll probably do both parts here on the balcony.
Patio of our place.
We're
staying at
overlooking-
currently.
But it's been, we're overlooking the marsh area. Low tide's happening, so we already.
So we've had a good couple days so far here. We've been doing some outdoorsy stuff.
But even on vacation, you can't escape
The podcast.
the movie hype,
No.
the end of cinema as we
No.
know it. When you're in the ending days of cinema, you have to be there.
That's right.
And so Barbie and Oppenheimer are there.
Yeah.
So we're drinking. We got some. It's a local thing. Edmund's Company.
Edmund's Oast.
Yeah.
Edmund's Oast Brewing Company, and it is in South Carolina, Charleston.
It's
It's
a
a
sour
local beer.
guava to represent
We've
Tampa.
been there a couple years ago.
Yeah.
We went to the brewery.
Represent Tampa. We got a
But
guava,
we just picked it
tangerine,
up
sour.
today. Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's
as I was
right.
saying off camera, it tastes like a sour.
But it's a
like
mild sour.
every
It's a
sour
good
you've
sour.
ever had.
Some sours I feel are too sour, and it's hard for me to get through. This one is really good. It's mild and smooth.
Yeah, though we're not at a brewery or anything, sours are like our pace cars.
Yes.
You know, a sour slows you down regardless, which is good. It's what you want.
We went to a brewery earlier.
Yeah, but we just had one little beer.
We
It
had
wasn't
one
quite
beer.
the vibe. A little too much mighty mighty bossa tones on the radio for us to podcast.
It was. It was a nice little
Mm-hmm.
brewery, and the beer was good.
All right, so for audio, we'll just kind of take turns. We'll do
Okay.
our thing, and then for video, we'll do a part 1 and part 2. This is part 1. We'll do a part 2 for Oppenheimer,
Okay.
and because this is one of the few where we.
So you're letting me go first.
Yeah, I think you should tell me about Barbie.
Okay.
And again, I think for the time we can have a conversation about it. I already have thoughts about Barbie, and I
course
haven't
you
even
do.
seen it.
Of course you do.
And I will just say off the bat, I wasn't opposed to seeing Barbie.
Of course not.
There's some things I'm interested in about it, but I feel it's probably going to live up to my low expectation for it.
Well, I was not excited to see it, but like you said, we were coming to see family, and my sister and niece and her friend, little girls group, went to see Barbie. So I was in 100% just to be with
Well, a
them.
week before we even got here, and let's just say,
But I wasn't
no one's immune.
against seeing it.
No one's immune.
either.
There's been some major media manipulation. Everyone, it seemed, in the country was either hyped to see Barbie, hyped to see Oppenheimer, and or both. And I'll be honest.
I was not hyped to see either, but
Well, you're the.
I didn't really know much about Oppenheimer, and I wasn't hyped to see Barbie, but I was hyped to see it with my niece and my sister.
And my point I was going to make was kind of maybe knowing what you know now after seeing Barbie, and knowing what I kind of expected going into Oppenheimer. No one should be excited to see either one of those movies.
Why?
Well, let's get into it. No, I'm saying part of the hype, I think, is unjustified for these films.
It's hype.
Yeah, but it's overhyped.
Such as the
It's
word
overhyped.
hype
It's overhyped.
means, the definition of hype,
I'm
right?
saying like an over-stylized, fairly vapid, toy-inspired movie, which is just a product, shouldn't make people super happy, nor should a 3-hour movie where people just talk about making a bomb for 3 hours should not
True.
also make people excited.
True.
It's just a matter of if one or both or none were done well.
So I think I went into Barbie optimistic.
Okay.
I
So-
went
so
into
let's-
Barbie
let's say this.
thinking,
Let's say how you started. You went into optimistic, and then also end with how did you come out of Barbie immediately once you saw me?
I came out feeling.
But no, you can say how you went in and then
Okay.
how you came out. So I remember what you said when you came out.
I went into Barbie feeling optimistic, and I felt like, okay, even though I'm not that excited to see it, I think this is going to be a good experience because, like you said, there's a lot of hype about it, and maybe I'm not. Yes, I was a girly girl, and yes, I had Barbies growing up, but it's not this huge nostalgic thing for me. Barbie is not.
Yeah.
And I'm not overly feminist about it either, where like,
Yeah.
oh my God, Barbie represents blah, blah, blah. Like it's destroying girls' body image issues. I have major opinions about body image and what girls see on
course,
media
yeah.
and whatnot. But do I think Barbie does all of that? No, I think there's other culprits in the
recording.
world that do
Yeah.
that.
I'm just checking for recording.
So, anyway, I went in and my first thought is Margot Robbie is the perfect Barbie.
Okay, that's good.
She's gorgeous and she looks just like, as they call her, stereotypical Barbie. That's her name.
Is Ryan Gosling a good Ken?
He is.
Okay.
He's actually, I mean,
I thought he was a little short for the role, but I could be wrong.
no, he actually, I want to say he outacts Margot Robbie.
Okay.
I mean, his performance is really good as Ken. You know, like Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling do a great job in their performance of what they're supposed to do. And I think Ryan Gosling really embodied Ken more so than Margot Robbie embodied Barbie.
Okay.
I do have to say, I do think that. But I don't know if other women felt this. I've never thought about Barbie as like a movie and how it would be and whatever. So it was kind of alarming when they kind of created this way that girls thought about Barbie. Like I never thought about Barbie that way growing up, but now they're telling me this is the way I thought about Barbie.
How did they tell you think about Barbie? Because remember, I haven't seen it.
That Barbie's perfect, Barbie's happy all the time, Barbie has girls' nights
So,
every
are
night.
they doing in this sort of either ironic thing or in the we're made to think this, but the reality is that's not true.
No. Okay, so you go into Barbie Land. Well, okay, it first starts.
So this is set in the toy world,
It first starts.
the Mattel property.
It first starts where it's like a vast desert land.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And there's these little girls
2001
playing with
teaser
baby
trailer.
dolls.
Yeah.
And then someone decides that, girls have been taught to mother and play with babies, like baby dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Girls need a toy that represents a grown woman that has like a job.
Okay.
They're not like mothering that
Yeah, mhm.
Barbie. They're imitating life and who they could be. So the girls start smashing the baby dolls to
Yeah.
pieces. Okay, whatever. That was kind of funny and weird.
Mhm.
I didn't mind that. Then we pan to Barbie Land. So Barbie Land is, Mattel World, Barbie Land with the dream house.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Girls rule everything because Barbies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, Barbie goes in a closet and magically has a new outfit.
Yeah.
And Barbie doesn't have to walk downstairs or anything because when you're playing with Barbie and you take her from the top floor
Mm-hmm.
to the next, you just take her down so she can just
Okay.
levitate down
Yeah,
to the
okay.
second
Yeah,
floor
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's like a little girl playing
Mhm.
with Barbie. And she never stands on her flat feet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she always
Barbie's
has the
feet were
arch,
always in the
the
arch. Yeah.
heels.
Mhm.
And she's just perfect all the time. She doesn't actually even eat in the thing. They show her eating, but she just like you would play with a doll.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And all of her Barbie friends. So the world is ruled by Barbie. There's a woman president. They have girls' night every night. They have Barbie dance party every night.
Okay. Yeah.
On and on and on. Ken he only exists if Barbie gazes at him.
Mm.
And every man Barbie in Barbie Land is named Ken.
Okay.
And all the Barbies
So I
are
thought
named
there were
Barbie.
I thought there were other male characters other named Ken in the Barbie.
There's one other
But it
one
doesn't matter.
in the movie, and his name is Alan.
Yeah.
And
I just thought there were other toys that were not just all called Ken, but I could be
don't
wrong.
know, but
Same thing if there wasn't all just Barbies.
yeah.
There's other characters.
And Alan,
toys.
I think, is meant to be a gay Barbie
Okay.
because he wears it's played by the guy who did oh no, I can't remember his name.
Doesn't matter.
We've seen him in a lot of
Doesn't
movies.
matter.
Anyway, he wears a rainbow outfit.
Okay.
But he doesn't say he's gay
Yeah.
or anything. But he hangs out with all the Barbies, not the Kens.
Okay.
And anyway, Barbie starts to malfunction.
Okay. So yeah, just getting
in
to
the first part that she
Yeah.
malfunctions on is that she is not on her tippy toes anymore. She becomes flat-footed,
Okay,
and she's
yeah.
like, "What's happening?"
Yeah.
And and then the whole undercurrent of the story is that this is happening because someone in the real world
Yeah.
is having memories / thoughts about Barbie not being perfect anymore and whatever. And Barbie has to go to the real world
Okay.
to find this person who she thinks at the time is a little girl, but it's not. And make her realize that Barbie is still perfect and
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
So there's two really good things about Barbie.
So they mix those things often how do you bring a toy into a movie? You do the toy world, but then you also have to bring the real world in it. We've seen it with
and then there's a chase.
He-Man. We've seen it with Sonic.
Barbie goes into the real world through a portal.
So anyway, so all that happens. So you come out of the movie, and where are you at?
Well, the funniest part, the weirdest part of the movie is that Ken goes to the real world with her. He hides in her car, Barbie car, as they're driving into the real world. And then he sees the real world. This is kind of the whole message of the movie. He sees the real world.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait a minute. The real world is really ruled by men. It's
Okay, yeah.
patriarchy.
Okay.
I'm taking this back to Barbie Land, and I'm changing Barbie Land into Kendom.
It's funny.
Okay, so he's like, wait, all white men are running this business.
Yeah, mhm.
All, like, and that's how he's looking from afar at how women are treated or how women act. He's like, Barbie Land should not be Barbie Land. It should be Kendom. So he goes back while she's still in the real world, changes Barbie Land into Kendom.
All right. Like I said, we don't want a whole plot
Okay.
synopsis.
Okay.
That's not what we're here for. We're here for reactions. I'm sorry to interrupt.
So
No, I mean, like, we're staying on,
telling
like,
you about Barbie.
I know, but I get the picture. I don't want us to get, like, the whole plot. This isn't a plot summary.
So
It's like reactions, thoughts. What does it do well? What does it not do well? All that stuff.
what does it do well?
But so I'm
positive-
saying that you came out of the movie theater, you and, like, the party you're with had a general reaction. Let's get to
we were like, that was not great.
I think your quote was, that movie was terrible.
It was
Let's not
terrible.
sugarcoat it.
It was
Let's get to the hot takes.
It was
so I'm
terrible.
trying to understand what makes it terrible. So, like, right now, the stuff you're telling me, I was like, okay, there's some decent stuff there.
For
There's
me,
a decent theme
for
there.
me,
So
there is
what
a
gave you
decent
the
theme.
knee-jerk reaction of, this is a terrible
The
movie, I
thing
don't
that
like
made it terrible were the things that they were trying to make funny weren't that funny.
Such
And
as, that's what I mean. That's the stuff we want, not the plot.
And all I wanted at the end was, okay, if we're going to say a theme of
Yeah.
like patriarchy and whatnot, I wanted at the end to be like, no, when we come back and take a vote, if this should be Barbie Land or Kendom,
Yeah.
it should be equal.
Okay.
We're not going to downplay Ken anymore and make him useless and worthless and mindless
Mm-hmm.
and make Barbie everything. It should be a split world, equality.
So my question is, should a Barbie movie,
And I thought that was lost, and it wasn't like that at all.
Is
And
it-
I thought that ending was terrible
so thinking
in a
about,
world of today.
no, I get that.
So are we so feminist that we're just degrading all men now?
Yeah.
Is that
it's
how
like,
what we do?
Do you go to the other side of the argument?
So
of
I
the
thought we were
pendulum?
going to equal things out in the end.
Yeah, is the solution to inequality going to the other side of the pendulum? Isn't that just as bad as the other side, right?
Right, and I thought
get
the
that.
way they
But
I thought the way
Without
that
giving
they
the ending away.
destroyed men and how their brains didn't work and how useless they were.
but
and
is part
how-
of it trying to be funny? Used
If it
for a
was
laugh,
trying to be funny, but then in the end, what's the message?
right?
It
Do you
wasn't.
do it at the expense of another? Yeah.
So you do it at expense of the other gender
Yeah.
completely? You don't find some kind of equal ground in the end? You can do it to be funny at first to prove a point,
So
but I felt like
I got.
I understand patriarchy and I understand
course.
women have been whatever.
Mhm.
I am 100% for all that, but I also think we should leave it in a world that should become more equal
So should
and not just.
But should a Barbie movie, and I don't know the answer to this, should a Barbie movie, thinking about it, so what I'm watching is, right, I'm watching a lot of people come in, there's a lot of people all dressed in pink. It's billed as a movie just to have fun, right? To your question
Yeah, the
earlier,
themes and stuff are not fun at all.
that's what I'm saying.
No.
To your thing earlier saying, oh, I didn't really have that much invested in Barbie, or I didn't think about Barbie this way. I honestly don't think most people who are going to the movie think about Barbie
That's
that
the
way
thing.
either.
It kind of the people that
I
are all
think-
dressed up in pink going to see Barbie with their daughter. It kind of makes them look foolish because I'm like, this is not that. This
But
is
my-
not silly and
My
funny.
point, yeah, my thought is like it's just you're getting sold
It's
a
really
bill.
dark.
You're just getting that's mean you're getting sold a bill of fun.
Right.
And like Barbie, I think the majority of the audience goers, they're not excited. They don't live and breathe or think about Barbie. They're not saying, "Oh, finally there's a Barbie movie."
No.
I've been waiting for this IP to like be made. Finally someone's making Barbie on the big screen. I think it's just sold the bill of like, "Oh, I know Barbie. I know enough.
It's nostalgia.
It's something I can buy into." And I understand this idea of just fashion forward empowered woman thing. And should it just be that fun kind of movie? Can it or should it have a heavier message in it too?
Well, sure, it should have a heavier message, but I mean, it was very, very heavy messaged.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Or is it too heavy?
It was almost too heavy with it going out extreme on the other side. Like,
If it was just a fun movie with dumb jokes and corny, cringy stuff, would it be better?
No, but I think it could have ended in a way that, like, what are we teaching our girls?
So I'm saying,
okay, what's the point of the movie?
So
are we teaching them that hate men, all men are bad, don't ever let a man, or should we be teaching our kids, no, you can be whatever you want to be. You shouldn't let any man hold you back, but you should also treat people with respect and equality.
Yeah.
Like,
so when
I
you
think
came out,
I thought it was a disgusting message in the end.
So when you
like,
and your sister came out, and I know you can't speak for her, but both of you were like, "Oof, that was rough." An hour in, it was like, "Oh, there's still an hour to go," right?
Yeah.
So the reaction of like, "Oh, this is not for me" type movie, was that because of the heavy-handed message, or was it something else that was just like, "What am I watching?" So I think that was her quote. What am I watching? What am I watching?
I think it was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think for me,
or is it this idea of like, like the old Saturday Night Live sketch thing, where you have like a really good idea, and they turn a Saturday Night Live sketch into a whole movie back in the day, and you were like, "Oof, this was good." I don't know if it was 90 minutes to 120 minutes.
Yeah,
good.
I think that was it. It was just like, okay, yeah, that would have been a good Saturday Night Live sketch, and I would have gotten the message. But at the same time, I was just kind of like disgusted by the just degrade men thing in general. Like, I don't know. We have 4 boys, and I feel like, no, all men aren't stupid. All men shouldn't be treated that way.
Well, you and I both have the feeling of you never take extreme views on anything, even if one side is bad. You don't get that. You don't redeem things by pulling down the other side.
Yeah,
because you send a mixed message.
That's what I didn't like about it. The one positive.
Yeah, and you said there was something I really liked. What you got?
I really liked Kate McKinnon in it. She was my favorite character.
Well, she's funny.
So when you're little and you destroy a Barbie, like you cut their hair, you put makeup on the Barbie, you dress them crazy, you rip their clothes. A lot of little girls do that. Or you burn their hair.
Yeah, you cut their hair.
She was that Barbie. And she was really funny. And she was the best part of the movie, honestly.
So to me, is the better movie. Because here's my problem with Barbie going.
Can I tell you what the whole theme paralleled?
Yeah.
The whole movie paralleled
Toy Story.
Genesis and the Garden of Eden.
Oh, Genesis. Okay. We got to pull from something.
So once Barbie was made aware of...
Yeah, once you take a bite of the fruit, once you're aware of your nakedness and your...
It kind of destroys everything, right? And the whole thing, there was a lot of themes,
which that's an interesting thing, loss of innocence.
Yeah,
and all
that's what definitely they paralleled it on, like the Book of Genesis, Adam and Eve.
Which is interesting, just like their whole like creationist angle. You know what I mean? See, here's my problem going into Barbie. And my problem with kind of movies in general right now, right? And why I think even Oppenheimer, which we'll get to in a minute, suffers a little bit from this, but not the same. So many things currently, if it's not a superhero sequel movie, right? It's some sort of product movie. Barbie is a product. Barbie is a toy by Mattel. It's something that was just made to sell toys. And, you make things to sell more toys. Obviously, I don't think they're trying to sell Barbie dolls, though I'm sure they'll get a kickback. But even back in the 90s, the holiday Barbie was this huge, big deal, right? You get the holiday Barbie. People go bananas over it. And so you have good people involved in this movie. Greta Gerwig, who we like a lot.
Yeah.
Great actress. Great director. Does really good stuff.
And a lot of people loved this
Noah
movie.
Baumbach.
Yeah.
Which is her husband.
Yeah.
And they worked together. They've been in films together. He helped write this movie with her.
I mean, the movie was smart.
So, but
in
I'm
a
saying,
way,
okay,
but...
so I'm saying you have smart, good filmmakers, and they're getting gobbled up to make high budget. And I get you want to grow in your career, but you're making these soulless films. You don't get to be a Jordan Peele.
No.
Who did I love? Nope. It wasn't my favorite movie, but at least he got to make an original idea film, like on a big scope that got the hype. Everybody's like, you got to see Nope. And Nope is a pretty good movie. It's not a great movie. It's good.
It was good. It was enjoyable.
But it's
I liked
also,
it more than Barbie.
But it's an original idea.
Yeah.
It's an alien type movie that brings in these concepts of these heavier themes about African Americans and their role in Hollywood, early Hollywood and cinema and all this other stuff, right? So there's some underlying currents, but it's also like big budget Hollywood thing. But he's a writer, director with a vision.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, let us give you this big idea, put it on screen. Greta Gerwig, who she has expressed that she wants to make big movies now, no more small movies.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets Barbie, but she gets this, and next I think she's doing C.S. Lewis Narnia movies, right? And it's like, why are we just getting things regurgitated to us and good and interesting voices, right?
Mm-hmm.
Noah Baumbach and her do White
But
Noise,
where's
and
the
no one really
original
pays attention to
script?
White Noise. And White Noise is a novel adaptation, so it's the same thing, but at least it's something not in the mainstream. But you have that, but it's also this push on products. You have a Barbie movie. You have, what are the big movies? Barbie, Super Mario Brothers, like these products we know. The movie we didn't care about either, Inside. I'm sorry, not Inside, Air.
Mm-hmm.
Air's a movie about
no,
a shoe.
I didn't really like that.
It's a
either.
movie about a shoe. It's about the Air Jordan
I didn't
shoe.
like that at all.
And it's like we're getting shown big movies that remember these things you loved? This Air Jordan shoe, this Barbie doll,
Yeah, it's
the Super Mario Brothers video game.
Everyone's gonna go see it.
Remember the game Tetris? Here's a movie about Tetris. Remember Blackberries? Here's a movie about Blackberries.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a movie about
It's
there's
funny,
people
I thought
in
of fruit
them.
when you said that, but I
It's
know what
actually a
you mean
movie
the
which I
from.
refuse to watch about the guy who made Flaming Hot Cheetos. And it's like, hey, you want to know about all those products you buy and gobble up? Well, here's a movie you can buy and gobble up to. And it seems, and it's a little unfortunate when you have good actors and good cinema people, those, if they don't want to do a superhero movie, they have to do a movie like that. And it's very rare, unless you're a Christopher Nolan or a Jordan Peele, that you get to do a big, huge idea of your own. But that's why
Yeah,
Oppenheimer is a
it's
biopic. That's why I said Oppenheimer is a little bit in this, because we also eat up biopics. If it's an Elvis movie, if it's, you know what I mean? It's Ray Charles, it's Robert Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I just thought it was.
So anyway, that's why I kind of went
Yeah.
in with like, really, we're just getting, it's you and I who grew up in like Saturday morning cartoons and Mattel Barbie commercials. And I get some of it could be poking fun at the Barbie commercial. And that's why I like your point about it might have been a little more interesting to be the whole meta, just the Barbie doll in people's lives. And
Yeah, like what about making more and different Kens and
So, yeah.
making like okay, yeah, we grew in that they made different Barbies with different body types and different Barbies with different professions and different
Well, the
Barbies
toy
of
line-
different skin colors
the toy line
and
took
whatnot.
that when it got heat in the
But then why are we
2000s,
still
they took
downing
that, right?
a man Barbie?
Yeah.
Like whatever, I don't know. It
You
was
didn't
fine.
like that heavy agenda
I
side
didn't
of
like
it.
that heavy agenda side.
Just give me my popcorn and
Actually,
cherry Coke.
I don't even know. I don't mind the heavy agenda. If it ended the way we should be teaching girls to
Right.
be.
It's like, okay, Barbie, let's go party. Remember that song?
Yes. I mean, would I want my daughter to be like, screw men, you don't need a man. No, okay, you don't need a man in your life, but there's nothing wrong with having a relationship, and
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with being having
Well, it's fine. Maybe it's
equality
fine. The
and-
men or people in your life who are going to value you and treat you fairly and treasure
Right.
those folks. And the ones who don't, you part ways. You move on.
There was never any ending of that with
Mm-hmm.
Ken. It was just like, Ken, you go back to being dumb, and Ken,
Put you back in your place.
forget the patriarchy. We're going to make you fight each other so we can have the vote and get Barbie Land back
Wow.
and, destroy each other, basically.
It looks good,
in the
right, though?
Bible or Greek mythology story.
Yeah. The movie looks good.
Sure, yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, it looks super plasticky and over the top, which could be a good aesthetic.
Yes, yeah, it looks good. Will Ferrell is not that funny in it at all.
Will Ferrell, look, hot take. Will Ferrell hasn't been funny for 10 plus years.
He plays into the male dumbness and
But it's easy, like I said,
Whatever.
I don't know it. I haven't seen the movie. All the things I've said. I'm not a fan of low hanging fruit. Unless it's a movie that's
I just-
obviously about low hanging fruit, then I'm all about it. Like, oh, this is about
Yeah,
absurdist
yeah.
comedy. Like, the joke is because it's the low hanging fruit, the self-aware. But
I went in with an open mind,
yeah, no,
but I came out with a annoyance.
because
I'm
of
just like,
Greta, because of Noah Baumbach, I kind of had hopes for it.
yeah,
But the thing that really got me was the IP trap, the trap of, oh, something has to already be a big product and known name. It's easier to sell.
yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that was like stood out as being ridiculous or really good. The soundtrack was okay.
I'm sure it's like a bunch of pop numbers of current hits.
It was kind of funny, like Ken, when the Barbie girls were trying to make the Kens believe that they were being subservient to them to take back Barbie Land.
Yeah.
They kept telling him, I just really want you to play your guitar and sing that song. And they sing it over and over again for hours and hours and hours. And it's I forget who sings it, but it's the...
Oh, it's is it Matchbox 20 or is it...
I don't know if I've ever been lied to you, but I'm a little bit lonely.
Okay. I just heard there's some Ryan Gosling cover.
Hold on.
From some song.
I'm a little bit angry.
I don't know.
That one?
Yeah, okay, sure. But anyway.
I don't know. Anyway, it talks about like, oh, I want to push you around. And I will. I want to push you around.
That's Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Matchbox 20.
And it's like male anger. I want to push you around.
Yeah,
I wanna,
right. Yeah.
You know.
That male macho.
So they sing it over and over and over again. And that was kind of funny. But at the same time, I'm like, so every... And then they got up and the girls... This is the part that messed with me the much. So they're all sitting around a bonfire. All the Kens are singing this song to the Barbie.
All the Kens don't look the same, though.
No.
It would be funny to me if they all look like Ryan Gosling.
No.
That'd be like a funny, weird...
There's an Asian Ken.
Okay,
But they're all Ken.
Okay.
So then the girls... This bothers me. And maybe I'm traditional. I don't know.
No, I'm okay.
The girls start purposely messing with Ken by switching Kens.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to go over here and act like I'm in love with this Ken. And you go over there and act like you're in love with that Ken.
Yeah.
And they were like starting to get like, what's happening? Where'd my Barbie go?
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's just retribution. It's payback, right?
Is this what we're teaching girls to do? Is this what we're teaching girls to do? Really? I mean, I think it's a sad state if this is how we teach girls to deal with male patriarchy or whatnot, to mess with men and to manipulate and to... That's not the way to gain power or show that you're worthy of power as a woman. I just don't think that's the right message, and that bothered me.
I gotcha. Yeah.
The end. Period.
Okay. So that's Barbie. Like I said, I think it's kind of hard to make any sort of subversive Barbie type film. Only if you like knowing the real reality. It's like it's a property controlled by Mattel. And they're not going to let... I mean, they'll be gladly to push the girl power, female perspective agenda because that's the brand.
Yeah, I mean... And then at the end, you see Barb... Should I say the end?
No, we can't. No, we don't want to spoil it for folks because, you know,
the ending was
you left a glowing recommendation just for people to see it.
The ending was even worse.
All right. That's Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw Barbie.
I saw Barbie.
I went an hour before you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Oppenheimer.
You saw Oppenheimer with the boys.
Which is 3 hours.
We did the split
Again, it was
up
very
thing.
gender split thing.
We never do that.
But
either.
we'll be honest, for reasons, we had we initially intended to everybody just go see Barbie.
Yeah, we did.
But my kids wanted to see Barbie with somebody else, so it was like we'll split.
They had already
they wanted to see with their mom,
promised
so we're
to
like
see Barbie. Yeah,
we're like, no worries. So we'll go see
their mom.
Oppenheimer. That's
Yeah.
like the only other movie playing right now
Yeah.
at this theater. So we went and saw it. But my oldest wanted to see it. Youngest could learn about World War II a bit, I guess. But let's should take a quick break.
Quick break because I'm sweating.
And if you're watching the video,
It's literally 100 degrees.
and you want to see, we already saw our Barbie hot take. You'll see maybe our Oppenheimer hot take on our next video or in the podcast. We'll just, after this ad break, we'll and or Oppenheimer audio clip or Barbie, depending on what we find.
Okay.
We'll resume.
Okay.